Hi, this is pharmacist Curtis Alexander. In this video, I want to talk about phentermine and using it for weight loss. So, just hopping right into it, one of the common questions you get, is, how does it work and is it a good thing to use? So let's just talk about what it does in your body. So this is going to freak you out a little bit, but pharmacologically speaking, from a medication standpoint, it acts similar to what amphetamine does in your body. So it's like speed in a way, but what it's doing in your body from a chemical standpoint is you have a stimulation in your hypothalamus, and what happens is your body will put out noradrenaline or epinephrine, noradrenaline. So when you have a fight or flight response, that's released. It's the same thing that phentermine is doing to your body, not at that high of a level, but that's what's happening. And when we see norepinephrine go out into your body, it decreases the digestive activity that's going on in your body. And it makes sense, because if you have a fight or flight response, your adrenaline goes up and it goes to your vital organs. During that time, it's not vital for your digestion and your appetite to be front and center. So again, it happens at a much lower level than a fight or flight response, but that's a basic idea. So you have decreased digestive activity going on when you're taking phentermine. Now, the other thing that we see is that because of that decrease in digestion, that digestive activity, it also brings up some side effects, because remember, we are essentially increasing adrenaline in the body to deal with this. So one of the side effects is it can be problematic in anybody if you have heart conditions. So anybody with heart failure, arrhythmias, any sort of heart attack history. This is particularly why we see short use of phentermine, because the heart attack stuff appears in folks who've been taking it a little more longer term. So again, I caution when I mention side effects, because people are like, oh my gosh, this is going to happen to me. And I'm not saying that, but it's something, when you understand how a drug works in your body, you understand why the side effects occur and what to watch out for. The other thing, and it makes a lot of sense, is that we see quite a bit of insomnia and anxiety. 24 to 27% is kind of the range that we see that happen at. And it tends to start right away the first week of therapy. We do tend to see it, and it becomes much more problematic as the doses get a little higher, that 112 to 150 milligrams a day. So the biggest question probably for you is, well, does phentermine work? And it does work. I haven't found it to be as effective as people would like, and that's what I want to get into now with the video. So speaking of results, because we give phentermine on a little bit more of a short-term basis, because of some of the side effects, but there's also, it tends to be less effective the longer people take it. So you'll tend to see people, the first month they're on it, let's say they lose 5 pounds. Then the next month after that, it's 3 or 4. And then the month after that, it's 1, 2, maybe 3 pounds. And then it kind of continues to tail off. Now, there's a lot of theories out there as to why this is happening. But regardless of that, its effectiveness at causing weight loss does tend to tail off after a bit. So it's not a cure-all. And what I found with people who take it is they do experience a weight loss, but then as soon as they stop taking it, there's a weight gain. Now, kind of bear with me here. I'm going to give you my theory on why I think this is happening. I've seen enough people on it to kind of postulate as to what might be going on. So remember, phentermine is causing your appetite to go down. That's basically what's happening. So your appetite goes down, you're actually most likely going to consume fewer calories. When we consume fewer calories, we tend to lose weight. But the flip side of that is also true. When you restrict calories, it will also tail back on your metabolism, meaning you may experience some thyroid going down and that sort of thing. So you're going to slow down because you're consuming fewer calories. When we pull back on the phentermine or pull it out of the system, our appetite tends to go up and we consume more calories, and then the weight will bump back up. So what I encourage people to do, and I've seen this mentioned by other people before, it's not practiced very often because it's a little harder to do, but if you and your doctor decide that phentermine is something you want to do, I would do it episodically. And what I mean by that is I wouldn't take it every day, because if you're going to take it every day for 3 months, you run the risk of, with that caloric restriction, with that decrease in appetite, you're going to see a decrease in metabolism. I wouldn't have a problem if you dosed it 1, 2, maybe 3 days a week, where days that you maybe aren't going to be eating very much and you want help with trying not to eat so much, but then don't be afraid to not take it the next day and kind of let your appetite adjust. I would use it more for periodic appetite control to help you in that regard. It's not something that I would take long term. It's not something I take on a regular basis, because I just don't see that it's that effective long term. And again, it's got some side effects when you do it long term. So I'm not trying to burst anybody's bubble, but if you're somebody who's tried a lot of caloric restriction in the past and yo-yo dieting, I don't think this is your best option. I would, personally, I would try to stay away from it. If you are going to use it, I would use it periodically to kind of help you through with some of the appetite stuff. But again, 1, 2, maybe 3 days a week, not on a regular basis. So I'm sure this will produce a lot of questions. Go ahead and post them in the comments. As I always like to tell people, I read the comments, I read all of them. I may not have time to respond to all of them, but do post your questions and stuff down there as always. If you found this helpful, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. That's always helpful. And also let me know if there's other questions you want me to answer, other videos you want me to cover. Let me know. So I hope this video was helpful, and until the next one, have a good one. Thank you.